Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Today, we have YouTube on top and Facebook on bottom. You don't
Different, but
if you're watching live, you don't care about YouTube. So
our eyes just go.
on Facebook, we might be a little bit more in your grill, but we're here.
We're here.
Man, it has been a doozy,
Yes.
but we're all here.
Yes.
And such is life, right?
Such is life.
Life
We're
is
all
always a
late, but we're
doozy.
here.
But no matter what life throws at us, we're still grateful.
We are grateful.
We have our
Yes.
grateful shirts on.
Yes.
Is it weird looking down here instead of up there?
It is a little
A
different.
little bit, yeah. All right, so we're gonna hop right into it. We are in our last 2 weeks. We kick off the next shred on the 18th. We need you guys to try to get us your scans no later than the 11th if you're an annual repeat shredder. Sent out an email. I'm gonna make sure we're okay here on Facebook. I have my laptop.
Oh, good plan.
Sent out an email this morning with some reminders. If you want to be part of the meal prep program, the email address was there for you to send us an email to. Got a few responses. Also,
I love the meal prep program.
me too. I'm really relying on them lately.
Every week I'm like, I need 3 of each, please.
Yeah,
3 of
yeah.
each.
Same. And even like with Ellie cheering, and it's so overwhelming. She eats them. I know Kenzie takes them to lunch at school.
She does.
For dinner, Ellington's eating them, and it's so worth it because I know she's getting protein.
Yes.
And I'm getting my protein. But excuse me. Also in the email was if you missed the annual upgrade option to reach out to us, and we would send you the code. We decided to be generous and prolong the annual upgrade code. Got a few responses for that as well.
Cool.
So I feel like
Commit.
That's right. I feel like everyone is starting to get into the groove of kids back in school.
Oh, routine for sure.
The fall is here.
It's exciting.
It is exciting.
It's exciting.
It is. So Amy is going to really talk the most today. She's got a few things, but I wanted to say
Yes.
that I have a new Post-it for my car. I am strong, talented. What's that one? Forgiven. That's been a big one for me. Favored and healthy.
Nice.
So that one's going in my car. Something I saw today that I thought was really important because I love that I am healthy.
Yeah.
That is a big deal when you
Gosh.
take your health seriously.
Grateful for health for sure.
Grateful for health. Yeah.
And having the tools to get back on track if needed.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Yes. So the thing about forgiven, I've put this poll up twice on Instagram before, and I've asked the question, is it harder for you to forgive others or yourself? And overwhelmingly, the majority of people say yourself.
Huh.
Yeah. So we've talked about dealing with shame, all the different things, to really just forgive, let go, right? So
The next day is a new day.
The next day is a new day.
Yeah, whether it has to do with eating or something you've done or... Yeah, if you haven't watched Manifest, it's a good show.
It's a good one.
It gets deep.
Yeah.
And it gets deep about this topic.
Yes.
It does.
Yes. What season are you on?
We finished it.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
And we were pleased with how it finished.
Oh,
there's a couple points where we're like, oh, that's cheesy.
Yeah.
But then we get back in it and it's good.
Is it the last season? Like, they're definitely not going to do a season 5.
There's 4, it's done.
It's done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super curious about that. All right, well, lead the way, eh?
So I just have some quotes that kind of lead to topics, if you will. Like
Okay.
I like to share the quote and kind of talk about it, how I relate, why. Same with you. So, like you just said, lots of excitement about the upcoming shred. I've said this multiple times. I'll say it again. It's my favorite one. School has started. You're in a routine. Like you told me you did this when you got all the dates for, senior year. Like,
yes.
Plug it all in the calendar. We got football on the calendar. We got basketball on the calendar. Like everything's planned, and I can plan ahead and know, like use the MMM meals if last night we had football, those kind of things, right?
How'd it go?
It was good. He played 2 plays.
Okay.
He had been absent,
He's been hurt.
He had the little pulled muscle in his back, which is better. But he played. It was so cute. I'll have to show a picture. I need to post.
First time playing football with pads, right?
All the gear.
Yes.
You know what the hardest part for me was?
What?
Finding him. They didn't give us a roster. They made us sit. It was in Willis, so we're on the visitor side. They made us sit so far away. And Mom, Kinsey, and I were all like, oh,
where is he?
What color are his shoes? We're like looking for the shoes. And we're like, he does run with like kind of shoulders up, elbows out a little bit. So we finally found him.
Elbows out, that's soccer right there.
I have to tell you though, a friend of mine went up to the announcer in the box with her phone and it said, "What is Gavin Westner's number?" And he answered her just to confirm I'm videoing the right kid.
Oh, that's a good friend.
That was a good friend.
Good friend.
It's like, thank you. Doesn't hurt to ask, right?
Never.
Never hurts to ask. So my point of all of that is planning ahead for meals and sleep and all the things. I mean, I'm trying to encourage the kids too. They can't stay up super late either, especially after long days like that. I mean, he had to be at school yesterday at 7. We didn't pick him up till 8:30.
The longest day.
It's just a long day. Come home, shower, eat more, because goodness, 12-and-a-half-year-old boy eats a lot. But just lots of excitement about this next shred, and I've just had people talking about that, and I came across this quote, and I was like, this is me, and I feel like a lot of people can relate, especially if you pay attention to how you feel after certain foods, especially if there's certain foods that maybe are not inflammatory for you, but they are for me, and vice versa. We've had different topics and conversations with clients actually lately, trying to figure out, food sensitivity tests, if you've had allergies, that kind of thing. I mean, all these things can increase inflammation, but eating better, here's the quote, eating better got easier when I can't have that turned into I don't want that for various reasons.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Eating better just got easier, right? Paying attention to how you feel. We talk about journaling just for those very reasons. And you might not realize, in one inflammatory food might not bother you. I know for me and my daughter, acne for sure happens. It doesn't matter how old I am. If I combine sugar and cow milk, all right? I can have cheese. Like, that's gotten better, right? Like, I can have one at a time. You combine both, which you're going to tell me too, fat and sugar together is a recipe for...
Yeah, but you're not drinking whole milk.
No.
What do you drink? Skim or 2%?
Well, I eat cheese. I don't drink milk.
Oh, yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
Yeah, cheese isn't... Well, it depends if you're eating, like, good cheese.
Right? It's going to be quality, but my point is something might be inflammatory, like one thing, but then if you're having, like...
Combining it.
Multiple things or combining it, then yeah, you might feel the achy joints or the inflammation in your body. So just journaling.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah, super important. And really focusing on whole foods. I think that's really important to reiterate, not all this processed food. Because with macros, it can get tricky. Sure, nothing is, off limits. We don't want you to deprive yourself of anything, but the more whole foods you can eat, the better.
Again, and it goes back to, I don't want that. I don't want that because of how it makes me feel. Fill in the blank.
Right.
Not that I can't have it. You can have some, right? But how does it make me feel? I've talked about, my journey with, we were having, a glass of wine every night, and it turned into, wow, this is really jacking with my sleep and not helping in my sleep. I will have some every once in a while, but again, I know how it makes me feel.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I don't want that. I had someone ask me last night, what's that non-alcohol choice? I'm like, Hayo, when we have a discount code.
Hayo. It's like, you can't resist doing that. You have to.
Too funny. Side topic. I had someone reach out. The Oura Ring will do these different studies. It's kind of interesting.
I'm so glad you said that because I have something to say about that. I'm gonna write it down.
Okay. And give me a pen. This study that they're doing right now, and I think it's 2 weeks. It's either 1 or 2 weeks. It's not forever, but it simply asks you a question at the end of the evening, and it'll ask you, just one yes or no question.
Oh, about caffeine?
About caffeine.
Yeah.
And it wants to know, first you had to read the description of the study, do you want to join it or not? And I was like,
she read it, I didn't. I just was like, sure, I'll join it.
Oh, you've been doing it?
Yeah, I have.
And it wants to know. It
asks you every day.
Well, it was funny because with the client that reached out was like, look at, you can read it and think, if you don't read the whole study, it's talking about, decreasing caffeine, and she's just like, no way, and I would have a hard time with that too, but I wanted to read it. So I read the study, and it really wants to know, are you consuming caffeine 6 hours before bed? So if you're going to bed at 10, are you consuming it, within that 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. range? And it's just a yes or no every day.
And it's just another way to try to fine tune your sleep, right?
Absolutely.
Because if you actually have to think about it, right? It's no different than tracking your food. I didn't drink caffeine 6 hours before I went to bed, but then you think about it when you actually have to give a yes or no, and you're like, did I?
Did I?
And you're like, oh, I did. So is that affecting my sleep? No different than tracking. Oh, I'm fine. I didn't overeat. Well, let's track it. Yeah, you did.
There was one I had to say yes.
Me too.
There's one I had to say yes, and I remember it was an evening where I was like, I gotta be on, man. I gotta wake up. I gotta, get a little bit more, get a lot going on, and it was building for the HOCO float.
Oh, yes.
We got people coming.
I don't have to build anything. I just have to go to it. Ours. Yes.
That's nice.
When is y'all's homecoming?
September 30th. So
the
float is the 27th.
Okay. Ours is the 16th, so.
Oh.
But our float is next week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Earlier than ours.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that. So, caffeine experiment, I just wanted to kind of bring that up. Something else to think about. Since we're talking about Oura Ring, did you want to?
I did. So my cousin and I, she's a big dressage trainer up in Wisconsin, and like Olympic quality. She's amazing. So she got an Oura Ring, and we love it because we have our own circle, and that's how we can really. She's quite a bit younger than me, but it's how we get to
That's fun.
Stay in touch, and we're both like. My family is full of strong women on that side, and she's a strong woman, and we're the two like female business owners. Anyway. So we stay connected with the Oura Ring, and she texted me, and she's, we have talked about the HRV, the heart rate variability. It's the most confusing thing that your Oura Ring actually monitors, but you want a big variability. And the older you get, kind of the lower that score gets.
Okay.
And her name is Andriana, but we call her Andy. She's like, no one knows how to say my name since she was little. Just call me Andy. So we call her Andy. So she was saying that, she's like, Heather, look. So I looked at her trend, and her heart rate variability has gotten better. She's increasing her score.
Okay.
And the only thing she's done different is she's meditating with the Headspace app. So actually guided meditation, not just what she thinks is meditation or what we think is meditation. I try to sit and listen to the 7-minute music thing in the morning, but it doesn't always happen. But yeah, Headspace, that app. Yeah, and there's guided meditation on the Oura Ring as well.
Yeah, there is. I have
so,
no, I did listen to it, but not even the whole thing. I was like, okay, I gotta go.
Oh, yeah. Well, no. Excuse me. It's wherever we are in life, right? Like, John's like, I'm confused. The kitchen's super clean. And this week it's like kind of a mess. And I'm like, all depends on what my schedule is, babe. Leave me alone. He's like, I'm confused. Clean or messy? I'm like, shut up. You're picking on me on purpose. Yes. That's how we are, right? I don't have time to meditate. We should make priority for it, because really it could just be a 3-minute meditation. It doesn't have to be hours of it. I saw the funniest post on this health and wellness guy's Instagram page, and it was like, have an 8 to 12 hour morning, and it's just talking about how like he was teasing about how all these biohackers say, this is my morning routine, and 8 hours later the morning routine is over. Like, none of us have time for that. Maybe if I was a millionaire biohacker, I could sit in nature for 4 hours a day. It was funny. So my point is, meditation only has to take 3 minutes. Yeah. And I strongly believe you can do it like in the shower. I mean, you're supposed to sit. I call when I go on my walks moving meditation, because I usually listen to something at least 7 minutes long that's about calming the mind. But I just thought that was really interesting, and I wanted to share because we have a lot of shredders who wear an Oura Ring, and HRV is hard to get improved. So, little information for you.
Is there a range we should be shooting for? Or is it vary per person?
It varies per person, and you have to really read up on it. I will admit I am not an expert on everything, and that's the one thing I'm not a total expert on. Yeah.
I'll look and see if the Oura Ring has like an explanation.
It does. I've read it. It's still confusing.
I feel like I need to read it again.
Yeah, for sure.
But the more of a range, the more variability, the better.
Right.
Okay.
You want your score to be high.
I've started taking more Pure Barre classes, and my score's
really
better.
Good.
Duh.
Yeah. Hashtag duh.
Teaching's not taking, or taking's not teaching.
Teaching is not taking.
Teaching is not, well, both. It's not the same thing.
Yeah, people think when we teach a class that we're taking and we get to work out for a living. And no, when you teach, it's just not working out. You get steps, but you don't actually get like muscle workout.
But it takes time. You have to prioritize your workout.
You do have to prioritize your workout. Yes. Way to go, A.
Thanks. I committed to the 30 and 60.
Oh, you did? Good for you.
2 down.
Awesome.
28 to go.
Yes. But hey, you have 60 days.
That is true.
So you're golden.
That is true. All right, let's see. Talked about our caffeine. Just self-talk, your sticky notes, like along the same line. I am at the grocery store the other day and I'm checking out, and I did not read the articles, but 2 magazines on the shelf at the checkout, both about positivity.
Oh.
Which I love.
I thought you were going to say they were both about protein.
Now I feel like I need to go back and like get the articles.
Oh.
One was called The Power of Optimism, and the other was called The Power of Positivity.
It's huge. It really is
just
huge.
Like staring at me in the face. I don't even remember what was going on that day, but it was like perspective change.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Perspective change to positive.
Yes.
So many studies, like you said. Yeah, I kind of want to go back and get those articles now.
We should go get them.
Yeah, I think I need to. I'll share them with you guys.
Yes. We're filming 3 new recipes tomorrow. We've got the banana muffin. We'll have to release that one first because I have several people asking me.
Oh, for the recipe.
I can't wait for that one to come out. Oh my God, the 4th time. So I tell people all the time, these are not my original recipes. There might be 1 or 2 that are my original recipe, but what I'm really doing is I'm taking recipes that I find that look good and I'm tweaking them to make them more macro friendly. But at the same time, they need to be healthy. And there's a lot of macro people out there, and the banana muffin, now we have an excellent pumpkin muffin.
Oh, yes.
But I was trying to reduce the calories and fat a little bit to make it a little bit more macro friendly. That one's a little bit more indulgent, although very healthy, gluten-free, not too bad of macros, but high in fat. So I found this like macro person's recipe.
You threw it away.
I threw it away 3 times. Well, because I tried to tweak it 3 times. The first time I was like, oh, hell no. Like I took a bite. I was like, how do some of these macro gurus that have big followings,
They must have like put butter on it.
right? Or they're just used to eating like
gross food?
Chalk?
That's sad. We like food too much.
Well, we like food
love
way
food
too much.
That's
Oh,
sad.
hold on. Like we tell people all the time, like we're here to teach you to live a healthy lifestyle, a reasonable healthy lifestyle. We are not here to get you ripped and be a, bikini competitor and show your 6-pack abs. We are here for the, what I like to say, average person that has a super busy life who wants to be healthy and fit, but doesn't, need to be like, up on the stage competing. So sometimes I wonder, like, people that are in it for a little bit more of the aesthetics,
maybe they
than the
sacrifice
health.
food.
They
the
sacrifice
taste.
flavor.
Mm.
So I made her recipe the first time. I took 1 bite, threw them away. So I kept altering. Finally, the 4th one, I was like, I'm going to take our pumpkin muffin recipe.
Okay.
And I'm going to use that as my base and switch a few things.
Oh, smart.
And I nailed it.
Oh, good.
So the moral of the story is, don't ever think that someone who has a bigger following than you or has more recipes than you is going to be the end all be all.
Great advice,
Yeah,
too.
no comparison, right?
Thank you for being persistent.
Yes, you're welcome. We're all individuals. We all have something to offer. We all have a story. So I have a good banana recipe. Yep.
Can't wait to try it.
I'm excited. Anyway,
The last thing I want to say, and well, it goes along with this. So I had, what are you laughing? What is it?
Shelly literally almost tried to bribe you for that recipe last night so I could use my bananas. Freeze them, because then you can use them.
Oh, yeah.
You only need 2.
That's
I've
a
gone
good
from
turn
using
color.
5 in the recipe to just 2.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
a big difference.
Yeah, they're really yummy. I had
So
2 of them right before we went live.
Yeah, I
I know, I've got them for you. Don't worry. Don't worry.
So I had a conversation, kind of a, I don't want to say a hard conversation. But an important conversation with a client who was asking me, I didn't tell you this yet, was asking me about, she has a sister who this client has not shredded with us.
Oh.
But she's familiar with our program.
Okay.
And this client, I think, would actually love shredding with us. She has done keto. We know what happens with keto, right?
Yep.
A little too extreme.
Not sustainable.
Body
gets used to not having carbs and it rebounds hard.
There we go.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I think she'd actually enjoy our program. But she was coming to me asking if I had any advice on how to share our program with her sister, who has not been receptive to talking about health, but really, really should be. Like, she's not sure her sister goes to the doctor. Like, just talking about just self-care in general.
Yeah.
And so we just talked about, I was like, because she's like, I'll do it with her. I was like, start there. Just be like, I just, I've been doing keto, but I really, have learned more about macros and, just trying to talk with her about what that conversation could look like. Not so it's pressure or coming across as judgmental, because it's not where she's coming from.
Right. She just loves her sister and wants to be
loves
healthy.
Her so much and wants her to, be healthy and be there for her family. This sister's husband recently lost a bunch of weight, and I was like, how? And she said it was really fast, and I was like, all I could think of was his muscle going away, right? And lowering the metabolism.
Yeah.
So I feel like they could all benefit from this, but just I feel like it's important to have those conversations, especially if you are leading with the intention of love and caring.
So I think people get scared of going to the doctor, and not that I'm like, go to the doctor, because I'm kind of anti-doctor, but they're there for a reason, and Western medicine does help.
Sure.
So many people.
Well, you can't take your own blood.
So,
And read your numbers.
Right, exactly. But just getting, a well check,
Sure.
getting a physical, just,
Get looked at. It's important.
Get looked at. But sometimes I find if you're scared, offering to go with your sibling, or offering to go, like in this case, your sibling,
Yeah.
with your spouse or your friend,
Right.
And finding comfort in that, because it can be really scary. And now that we're post-COVID, you should be allowed to go back with your,
Oh, yeah.
with your friend or your sibling or spouse or whatever. Yeah.
Well, I have a feeling there's hesitation because she knows
something's wrong,
or she's just not
doesn't
taking
want to face
care
the
of
music.
herself. Yeah, doesn't want to face the music. So I guess my point of sharing the story is, if Mastermind Macros has helped you and you see someone or know someone that could benefit, and it doesn't really matter their age.
No.
We can work with them and we can help them, and we want to.
Yeah.
And a lot of, I met a new client yesterday. She and her daughter signed up. They're doing it together. They know one of our amazing, successful clients, shredders, and she was just so excited. And she's like, she didn't want to look at her scan. I was like, let's look at it together. I was like, this is it. The numbers aren't exactly what we're interested in. It's the percentage of body fat, right? She's like, yeah, this is high. I need to get this down. I'm like, that's the goal, right? Maintain the integrity of your muscle, work on building it, find something that you enjoy doing, your soulmate workout, and we're happy to work with us. I am just excited for them and them getting started, but
I saw their emails come in, so I know who you're talking about.
Good.
Yeah.
No one is going to change if they don't know about it, right? And I'm thankful that it got to a point where you were like, would you like my help? Yes. And even, I look at the commitment, 12 weeks, right? Minimum.
Yeah.
12 weeks. And you can do it with somebody and have that instant accountability. It's like trying a new workout, right? Like, go with them if you want to do that. And then the annual upgrade discount, try it 12 weeks. If you love it, you are seeing response. Oh gosh, who was it yesterday? He's lost 9 inches off their waist.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable.
She's lost 10 inches total.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got distracted with that one. But gosh,
in 2 shreds.
You find something that works for you, and it takes time.
And she wasn't sure things were shifting, because you'll see this in a social media post. It's probably one I'll post today. I'm
Scale wasn't changing
so
very
bad
much.
about social media. I'm trying to pick that up in
Better
order
than
to
I am.
share to the world. yeah, so the scale wasn't really moving, but she got her wedding dress on, and she hasn't been able to do that for 10 years. So that was a huge non-scale victory for her.
Oh yeah,
that's huge.
Wow.
Yeah.
Share with others. That's my point.
Yeah.
They're not gonna know about it unless you tell them and share your story. I was saying if they tried the 12 weeks and they want to commit, we discount the annual for them.
That's right. Yeah, we started that 2 shreds ago. Yeah.
So,
and then you get 3 more shreds at a reduced rate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So my last quote, I've led up to it, is be there for others, but never leave yourself behind. You got to prioritize self-care.
1,000%.
Yes.
Yes.
Anything else?
No.
All right.
No, I think we'll just wrap up there.
Okay.
We have 11 people left in the walk pad giveaway.
Ooh.
So
good chances there.
This is week 11.
We're finishing 11. Mm-hmm.
So you'll send us that, and then you'll finish week 12, and you'll send us that. So only 2 more chances to get your shred tracker and steps taken in order to be eligible to win
the walk pad.
The walk pad. Yeah.
I love giving that guy away.
I know, me too. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's it.
I think that's it too.
All right. We love you.
We mean it.
Mwah.